This episode of the Third Gallon Podcast.
God damn it, not your Keith voice.
Not Keith.
After meeting the reclusive inventor, Vashon Gattlebee,
You had found Vashon Gattlebee. You had made your way to his house. He is the inventor of this dangerous substance pyronite, and a lot of people are coming after him to buy it off of him or to take it off of him.
Yeah.
And you've been asked by your contact, Phoebe Dunsmith, who you found out is working for the Duchess of Alkenstar.
So
We're
awesome.
technically not outlaws.
Sort of.
Exactly.
the angels stare down their largest foe yet.
The sound of breaking glass and shattering wood precede a calamitous sight. Gattlebee's six-legged chameleon suddenly growing.
He's got 6 legs.
Growing first to the size of a cat, then a dog, and then a horse, all in a matter of moments. The chameleon, as startled as anyone, smashes through the table in the middle of the lab and clambers about, spilling papers and alchemical equipment everywhere.
Can they knock him down to size, or will they have to knock him down for good?
He's gotten into the growth potion again. Find the serum of shrinking. It'll bring him down.
Find the serum of shrinking in this mess?
Get ready to find out
Are you gonna fucking like lion trainer it?
Get back, beast. Back, beast. Back.
Go!
now.
So, audience, you know how sometimes we say, oh, yeah, you write a comment or you submit something on that good old Google form, and it takes us a month to get back to it? There's a reason. There's a reason we do that. We haven't played in almost a month for a variety of reasons. Some were planned, which is why we recorded ahead. Some were very much not planned.
So, you want to talk about that, Derek?
Yeah,
and about not listening to me?
Oh, I haven't heard this part of the story yet.
So,
yes.
beloved listeners, let me tell you something about Derek. He assumes everything is better than it is. And he assumes himself a little bit too strong sometimes. To the point that, what was it? The Friday before last?
No, it was last
It
week.
was last Friday.
Yeah, last week.
Yes, yeah. I walk out into the kitchen, and this man has a measuring cup under his nose, and there is 1/4 of a cup of blood in it.
Listen,
Derek likes cooking.
All right, so I had a nosebleed. All right, we were doing our little improv night that we do on Fridays with some of the. We were, with
And it was the first time I showed up.
Yeah, we were doing it with some of the people from Albert Inn. We're having a good time, and we're just goofing off. And I got a nosebleed, and I've got a nosebleed before, so I stopped it up, and I soaked through like a bunch of paper towels. I was like, this is a bad one. So I was still on chat with like a wireless headphone, and I wasn't the one talking for a little bit. So I came out of the kitchen sink, tried to plug my nose, and the thing is, it wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop. I had problems. I don't want to get too graphic, but my nosebleed wouldn't stop. So I was like, this has been like an hour or more. I probably should look up when this becomes a problem, because I've never had this happen before. And someone said like, oh, if it goes on for this amount of time, or like if you lose a cup or more of blood. So I was like, all right, I got a measuring cup, and I'm just sitting there in front of my iPad, holding a little measuring cup under my nose, drip.
For real? The whole time that's what you were doing?
Picture. I will not post in the video because
Yes.
it's graphic.
Oh my God.
But I had to send it to Drow. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I said, like maybe at 8. You want to say 8-ish? 8
It started
PM?
at 9. I messaged you around 10.
Okay. Or was that the first one that you had this day? This wasn't even the first nosebleed of the day.
I had one in the morning, but I dealt with it, and it wasn't a big deal.
Okay.
So you had multiple nosebleeds in the same day, and it wasn't a big deal?
Nope.
Yeah, sure.
It's fine.
He sent me a message showing me that, and I'm like, hey, we should probably just take you to the hospital. No, that's fine. Are you sure? Yeah, it's fine. You keep me updated, okay? Yeah, that's fine though.
Yeah.
And then at like 11 something, hey, maybe we should go to the hospital. This was the first time I had driven in like 3 months, It was night, and I had somebody in the passenger seat with a big stainless steel bowl. Just there was like a visible puddle on the bottom of blood.
It was.
Did you hear the dripping?
No, it was full enough to where you didn't hear the dripping.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's pretty bad.
But I tell you what, though, yeah. So I got the bowl. I tried to plug my nose with like a bag clamp, and it wasn't stopping. And then I lined the bottom of this bowl with a layer of blood. And I was like, yeah, okay, I should probably go to the hospital. It was like 11:30 by the time we left. And it turns out, if you walk into the hospital, I had like a towel, but I didn't want to soak it. So it's like I had this towel in a bowl. If you walk into the emergency room, dripping blood into a bowl, you get seen pretty fast.
Yeah.
At least at this hospital.
bet.
That was such a strange day.
Yep.
So I woke up and I was already late for something that I needed to get done, which was a blood test. And I was like, all right, well, that fucking sucked because I'm terrified of needles, but that's as bad as my day is going to get.
No,
Little did I know.
Worse.
Yeah.
It got so much worse.
And we were considerably, we were like really worried for you. You kept mentioning it again and again that night. And then I see a text because I wake up because my phone went off and I got a text from Drow saying, we're taking Derek to the hospital. We're not going to be recording tomorrow. And I'm like, he had to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
It was like a nighttime freak out.
No, this man was there with a bowl full of blood and shit shoved up his nose. Like, hey, don't say anything to them yet. We might still be able to record.
Oh my goodness, you're kidding me.
2:30 in the morning, whenever the treatment wasn't working, they were going to have to pack it. I was just like, yeah, you can tell them that we're not going to be able to play tomorrow.
It's like, and having listened to all of this, my dad had recently had nasal surgery.
Yep.
So I was well acquainted with
for a deviated septum, right?
that and sinus polyps and such.
Yep.
And I was well acquainted with how annoying packing and nasal work could be. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, is Derek in just as much pain as my dad was this month? And I was like, I was worried about you.
Yeah.
I felt kind of bad
And then you
because
said you had to shove it
we
up
were
your
on with
nose.
friends and we do an improv night. And I was like, if these people leave and we go to an improv night, I'm going to be like, hey, Derek, have you thought about going to the hospital? And then the people stayed on, so I was like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do this. Only to hear that later, he went to the hospital. I was like,
That's about right.
Yeah. I had to lie to our friend group. I had to lie bold-faced. I came out and I was like, doing the fake lean away from the microphone. Hey, babe, don't you have something to do tomorrow morning pretty early?
That's what you were doing. I was wondering why you were so...
What's Derek doing tomorrow morning? We could
Yeah, I was confused.
Yeah.
I feel like my life has been re-explained this the past week.
But once again, I'm not one to ask. So
And then later on, hey, I'm sorry that I didn't get off of chat. I got a really sudden stomach ache. And Michael, how he sent me a message later, like, hey, is your stomach okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, I lied. Just straight up, I lied.
I lied. Panic
Long
lie.
story short, I ended up there. They tried to get it to stop. Thankfully, it's at the front of my nose.
Yeah.
But like they had to pack it, which is basically shoving a giant foam balloon up the entire length of your nose into your sinus. Which is very not great.
Yeah.
Had to be put on antibiotics because it turns out your body doesn't like things being shoved into it.
Same thing my dad was dealing with.
Called it a rhino rocket.
It was not great.
That's a cool name.
It's not a cool device. It's really not. I had a horrible weekend. I felt sick and like weak for days before because I had to get seen by the ENT to get it taken out, and they end up cauterizing my nose and everything.
Yep.
Turns out I
Yikes.
have a deviated septum, just a little bit, and it causes my nose to get dried out in certain spots.
it really makes me sad when I hear the word deviated septum because that's the only like medical thing I can always reliably remember. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it reminds me of Tiber septum.
Oh my
God.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
I think
I need to go to the doctor to get my Tiber septum corrected.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Well, if you ever end up having the surgery for your deviated septum, know this. The worst part is having the splint removed.
I need to put an entire stop to this conversation because I just found out that the tongue on this dragon is so much longer because I pulled it.
The tongue
Look how
sticks
far it
out.
sticks out.
I'm so glad I got you that present.
Yes.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
This is what people listen to
Yes.
for.
Everybody
Drow
go out
has-
and buy yourselves a Scorch Beanie Baby. They are retired.
Drow has a
They're
love
great.
for Beanie Babies and recently got the Scorched Dragon one. And Drow also
We got it for them.
probably has rampant undiagnosed ADHD.
Stop.
Scorch the magic beanie baby.
I'm going to throw it at your head.
This long tangent aside, we had like over a month ahead of recording, and we have burned through almost all of it yet again.
Yeah.
August and September are the bad times. And so that's why we're not afraid to get recorded ahead for 2 months, even if it makes us slow to respond on air, because sometimes you end up in a hospital because your nose is dripping and it won't stop.
Our passionate, patient weekly listeners, it's all for you.
It's all for you.
Sometimes
So
you're
that you
love
get
you.
weekly content.
Sometimes you're moving, sometimes you're fighting the COVID beast, sometimes you're bleeding.
I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to have to delay. It was episode 10 that was going out that week.
Yeah.
Because I had edited some of it ahead of time, but then I was feeling so awful. Thankfully, once I got to packing out, I started feeling really a lot better within an hour. And I crammed editing the rest of episode 10 to get it out on time.
We had to get it out on time. What?
You could have
What
told
would
the
Bridgie P
listeners.
listen to on his commute?
We had
What
or
Bridget
Mario.
P- I felt
right.
bad though because the video went out late, and I know he usually listens to the video. So
It's like our listeners could have waited a week for a medical emergency.
Can't let those
show.
3 to 4 constant commenters
Yes.
down.
the show is all that matters, guys.
Yep.
We love them and we have to show that love.
Yes.
This
yes.
is for
letting
Mario.
Or
them hear
Bridgie
us.
P might not have had something to listen to on their commute.
For Mario, for Bridgie P,
For Mario.
for all the other people who comment that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Bridgie.
I'm really
The
bad with
person
names.
with the
There's
Call of Cthulhu
there's
story.
a third one.
I think
whose
about
name-
that all the
Carrie.
time.
Carrie, it was Carrie.
Yes.
Hey.
I think about that all the time.
And of course, Micah.
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 But least of all for him.
Micah.
First
But
name.
least of all,
least of
We
Micah.
all.
do this
for
for
Micah.
you.
That's right. No, wait. Let's not give him a big head. We should cut him out of that.
He's already got
Oh, yeah.
it.
Well, cut it off. Cut it off. We'll cut that. We'll cut that part out.
And
His name's
who can
already in
forget?
the show every time we play.
And who forget? Well, drippy nosebleeds and medical emergencies aside, it's great to be playing Pathfinder. I haven't sat down to play 2E in a while. We've been playing a little bit of 1E, teaching some folks from the Owlbear Inn how to play 1E, and that's been fun. We've been running our Dragon's Demand, which is my way of teaching people how to play 1E. I've run that module like 4 or 5 times, and Jacob, I think you've been in every single one.
I think there's one.
We affectionately call it the Groundhog Day module because we've played the first day
Yes,
of
we
it
have.
so many times to teach people how to play. That's a fun 1E module.
it is really fun. Speaking of first edition Pathfinder, as you said, we're teaching people how to play it. That reason being, I'm going to be in a Pathfinder 1E show
Congratulations.
every other Thursday from is it 10 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard on the Owlbear Inn.
Yeah. When is that starting
Mystery
up?
of Bloodheim starts on September 15th.
It's a good name.
Yeah, so if you want to go see Drow and their Drow VTuber or Drowcubus
The
VTuber,
Drowcubus.
go on Twitch, follow the Owlbear Inn, and check out their little Pathfinder game that Drow's going to be in.
Derek was working on making Bloodheim the other day.
I made quite a lot of Bloodheim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not great.
It was no mystery.
Yeah, but it's good to be playing 2E again.
Feels good.
I gotta say, comparing 1E and 2E back to back, running them has been very interesting. I love 1E. I acknowledge the problems that it has, and it's older, but playing it
And embrace them.
playing it reinforces my love for it. But it also makes me appreciate 2E a lot more. 2E is just so well designed.
I love 2E.
2E, baby. Well, with that out of the way, I hope we didn't horrify you listeners too much with the gory details of my hospital trip.
I hope
We
we
could
guys-
talk about my surgery that happened recently, if that would be
That's even gorier.
the final push.
That was part of what we had to schedule around.
Yeah, no. we're fine.
No. I think instead of that, I'd rather talk about centuries before the Starstone was raised. The Wizard Kings Nex and Geb warred with one another, scarring the land between them into a devastated, unstable, magic wasteland. From the glowing ashes of the Mana Wastes arose Alkenstar, the city of smog, a metropolis of airships, skyscrapers, factories, and clockwork wonders.
Like Denver.
To the world, Alkenstar is the pinnacle of innovation and determination in the face of insurmountable odds. On its streets, life in Alkenstar is a non-stop race to stay ahead of the competition.
Detroit.
And it is here that a desperate group, hungry for revenge, living on the edge of the law, hunts for the ones who cast them out. They are the Outlaws of Alkenstar. Micah's Angels.
Micah's Angels. This week on the Third Gallon Podcast.
Oh, this episode.
The Third Gallon Podcast.
God damn it!
Not your Keith voice.
Not Keith.
I don't think we've ever talked about Keith.
Oh, look, I have this handled. You're never going to learn about Keith, audience.
Okay.
Deal with it.
I wanted to tell my story about Keith and how I've improved since then.
We can talk
Move
about
past
Keith. Okay? We can talk about...
That was my first ever character
audience
voice.
doesn't get to know about everything in
That
our
would be a
past.
great
Audience-
banter, though.
our
Just you
audience
and me
needs to
talking
know.
to each other, because that spawned from the stories that we wrote and me being a
Oh
bitch.
my
Yes,
goodness.
Let's put a pin
Say,
in it.
pin this.
Yes.
All audience needs to know is when you talk like this, it's
That's
Keith.
Keith.
That's
It's
it.
Keith,
That's
and
right.
everybody
That's the
hates
joke.
Keith.
Everyone.
Thanks, Keith.
Thanks, Keith. Except Delilah.
Yeah.
Delilah likes Keith.
This is
Delilah likes
all
Keith.
about our old homebrew game.
Yep.
We already said more. Too much.
Too much.
Yep, let's go.
Just don't worry about it.
Listen, audience blob doesn't get to know about everything. Some things have to remain a mystery.
Like Bloodheim. Every other
Bloodheim.
Thursday.
No. Bloodheim's not a mystery. Bloodheim is hospital at 4 a.m.
Woof.
When we last left our brave group of intrepid outlaws, Micah's Angels.
Micah's Angels.
Micah's
Micah's
Angels. You know,
Angels.
Micah, I forget when this happened, but he was like, yeah, like Hell's Angles, and Jacob.
Hell's Angles?
And Jacob was like, no, Micah.
I was like,
No, Micah.
no.
No, more like Charlie's Angels.
Yeah. Micah is not a place.
Micah is a state of mind.
Micah is a state of mind. Micah could be a place,
And
but
a
only if
Western.
Micah is a term for a cave.
Is Micah?
Allegorically.
Micah a Western?
We'll
Is
never
Micah
know.
a Western?
Are you putting it on
No,
the
no,
Discord?
no, no. Wait for him to hear it here.
You're right.
Wait for him
Okay.
to hear it
It'll only
here.
take 2 weeks.
Yeah, it'll only take 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're a little cutting it close.
Jeez.
But when we last left you guys, you had found Vashon Gattlebee. You had made your way to his house. You were going to try and escort him back to the Barrel and Bullet Saloon. He is the inventor of this dangerous substance pyronite, and a lot of people are coming after him to buy it off of him or to take it off of him.
Yeah.
And you've been asked by your contact Phoebe Dunsmith, who you found out is working for the Duchess of Alkenstar.
So
We're
awesome.
technically not outlaws.
Sort of.
Exactly.
You yeah. What is it, Jacob? You said you robbed a bank on government orders.
That's right. Also, reminder, because I'm pretty sure all of us forgot this by the time we got to that point. Gattlebee was about to be framed for something by the guards.
Yeah, you found that out when you were leaving the sewer.
Lovelace mentioned that. Yeah, when we were leaving the sewer. When we heard the echoes and whatnot.
Yeah, but you were able to use your downtime to scout things out and get to him first. You had to work through all his traps. You got through all but one. You did the good old Chester sees it, or
Yep.
Chester
sees
sees
it.
it.
Alonzo disables it.
Yep.
And then the last one got you.
Synergy.
And it fucking pocked him with
Probably
wooden
the worst
pellets.
one, too.
Yeah.
Did
It
a
was-
lot of damage.
It was not great. It was non-lethal damage, but that doesn't work the
Yeah.
same in this game. So
It's like a BB gun.
yeah, you got hit with an airsoft gun.
Rapid fire
at point blank.
Airsoft
would
is
fucking
painful.
hurt.
Yeah, I know that one.
It's more painful than I would say
Getting
paintball.
strafed at 10 feet.
But you talked to Vashon Gattlebee. You were able to convince him, show him your little badge thing, your little symbol, and he's working on leaving with you guys. But then all of a sudden, his little pet iguana, his little pet lizard.
That is
you
a
saw-
chameleon.
A chameleon, sorry.
Iguana?
Iguana.
Iguanodon?
Iguanodon.
Iguanodon.
His little pet
Look
dinosaur.
at all the
Iguanodon.
Sorry, it is a
Do,
chameleon.
do, 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 do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
apologize.
You are so horribly wrong. You should apologize.
I apologize again. You saw him when you came in, then he
Other
escaped.
podcast joke.
What?
I had to fight saying, apologize. That's a Skids game.
It's Skid's Game Raiders, yeah.
Cut all that out.
Yeah.
No, like, for real, guys, a lot of y'all know we listen to Glass Cannon content. That line, I apologize, lives rent-free in my head.
Yeah.
Say it all the time.
Yeah.
Another great group of content creators, Glass Cannon Network. Go check them out.
Not like they inspired us at all.
Yep.
But yeah, you saw this lizard. You didn't see him escape, but he suddenly appeared and was very large.
Norge.
Now, he hasn't attacked us yet. Maybe we can resolve this peacefully.
He hasn't attacked you yet.
He seems like a gentleman.
I think we just need to hold still.
He seems like a pretty okay guy. But
Right.
it's just like T-Rex rules. Jacob like froze and
We are in audio content, not visual content.
Yeah.
They can hear this.
You're out here posed like the running glitch on Valheim beds.
They can hear it. It's fine.
Yeah. Can you hear?
What is it you say about Audience Blob? Audience Blob saw it.
That's right. Right
Yep,
there.
yep.
All the
Audience
eyeballs
is
and
always
tentacles.
to
In
Jacob's
the,
right,
like-
my left.
Does Audience Blob look like the ghosts in Valheim?
Audience blob looks like Hermaeus Mora.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, I know.
I hate that.
That whole little niche right there.
Now I want to play the Dragonborn DLC.
Good DLC.
It is a good one.
I like the vampire one.
All right, let's rein in. Let's rein in.
Rain of
back
Winter?
Rain of
Together.
Winter. Hey!
Jeez, this is what I put up with, audience. You've now seen this his pet chameleon grow to a large size, and he looks really freaked out. Will he attack you or not?
The Gattlebee or the chameleon?
The chameleon.
Oh.
I'm going to need you
Gattlebee
all
is the
to roll
chameleon.
for
You're talking
initiative.
about Gattlebee's monster.
Initiative.
Now, here's the thing. You had us roll. I'm sorry, I missed it entirely. I apologize. You had us roll perception to see the chameleon. Would that not be the initiative?
It would, but it's been a month, and I don't
Okay, I was
remember
about to
what it
go.
is.
I don't remember what I rolled, but I don't roll on chat. I roll like this.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good roll too.
All
now.
roll.
Ooh, good initiative.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
go
is-
ahead, roll.
That is my initiative roll. I'm just,
Oh, I already did. 3.
Oof.
And I'm assuming I can't use my stealth for initiative.
No.
No, this will be perception, yeah. So what'd you get, Psych here?
3. Why does Slick have a +7?
Don't worry about it. Chester, what'd you get?
27.
27.
I thought mine
Slick
was
the
high.
chameleon?
His name's Slick.
That's so cute.
I don't want to kill Gattlebee's chameleon.
We're not going to kill Gattlebee's chameleon.
Alonzo, what
have
did
a
you
whip.
get?
I got a 24.
Non-lethal.
24?
Are you gonna fucking like lion trainer it?
Get back, beast! Back, beast! Back!
Go.
All right, so I've sorted you guys here. What's going to happen is you see this chameleon, who I guess the Foundry has decided to show you his name, Slick, and he's just freaking out. He's like, you ever seen a cat that steps into a plastic bag?
Yeah.
He starts freaking out. He's knocking stuff over. Things are like spilling and glass is breaking. And Gattlebee from the other room, I think he went to go grab his stuff. He pokes his head out and he's like, "Oh, Slick's gotten into the growth potion again. Find the serum of shrinking. It'll bring him down.
Find the serum of shrinking in this mess?
It says bluish, green, yellow vibe. Yeah, it's easy. Go find it." And he goes back to getting his stuff.
Oh, if we kill this thing, he's going to hate us.
Yeah.
You want some little flavor
What if
text
one
for
of
this,
us
though?
is colorblind? That would be bad.
Just give
Yeah.
him a potion that makes him, like, catch on fire.
Potion of hurt all your bones.
If you want the flavor text for this straight from the book, it says, "The sound of breaking glass and shattering wood precede a calamitous sight. Gattlebee's 6-legged chameleon suddenly growing
He's got 6 legs.
growing first to the size of a cat, then a dog, and then a horse, all in a matter of moments. The chameleon, as startled as anyone, smashes through the table in the middle of the lab and clambers about, spilling papers and alchemical equipment everywhere. Gattlebee pinches the bridge of his nose and says, I already said what he says, so we don't need to get into that. But basically, Gattlebee doesn't seem bothered by this at all. You get the sense this is not the first time Slick has had a little sippy of the growth serum.
Isn't very slick, is he?
I mean, he's got stuff spilled on him now, so we'll see. Drow, you look spooked.
I just rolled Wellspring.
Don't roll Wellspring for this.
Not yet.
Well,
Are you
roll,
sure?
Yeah, you roll Wellspring for a non-trivial combat encounter. This is not a...
Are you sure? Because I would explode.
The temptation is there.
I understand, but you only roll Wellspring whenever there's a more dangerous encounter, and I'll just, as your GM, I guess we just need to work it out each time, but this is not one you would need to roll Wellspring for.
This is one of those times they wouldn't roll Wellspring until you said to.
No, this isn't the kind of thing.
Okay.
We're doing initiative because of the order of things happening, but this isn't your traditional, this isn't the type of combat encounter that the Wellspring's looking for.
Okay.
But yeah.
Because it just says when you roll initiative.
Well, it says when you roll initiative for a non-trivial combat encounter.
There's no whispering magic says on me. Here I am.
But it says in the book.
This is what it says
Okay,
in the book.
we're good. Let's
the
move.
book is law.
The book is law.
Command,
But we're outlaws.
command us, DM. We have to
Yes.
do whatever you say in this horrible game.
So, well, Gattlebee basically just says, yeah, find us, sir, middle, calm them down. And you see there's like vials everywhere. Not everything's been spilled quite yet, but a lot of stuff's like on the floor. Basically, Chester, you're going to act first here. But you got to find this serum, and then you have to get Slick to actually consume it.
Oh, eat it?
Yeah.
You can't
Can't just
throw it
dump
on
it
him.
on there like the other stuff got dumped on him?
No, you actually have to feed him this one.
All right. What can I roll crafting to find this potion?
Technically, it is called a shrinking potion. I'm just calling it serum because it was a fun word. My apologies.
It's a good word. No.
Serum fits the role play better.
Syrup. Like
if
for
you-
coffee.
Yes. If you want to find the potion, you're going to need to do a seek action, which will be a perception check.
I can do that, but I was also asking if I could do craft because my craft lets me identify potions and whatnot.
Indeed, you can. What you can do instead is spend 3 actions to root through everything and then like quickly test them. And you can make a crafting check instead. And the DC is lower.
3 actions, find it.
What else are you going to do?
I could find it with a good perception roll and go ahead and start grabbing it.
Yeah.
As opposed to
Well, you would
just
grab it if you did it with the crafting one.
Oh, okay.
Because you'd be testing it.
I will try to find it with crafting.
All right, make me a crafting roll.
22.
Booyah.
You stared at it for a while. What'd you get on the die?
12. And I have
okay.
a 10 crafting.
It took you
Goddamn.
that much
I'm
time
sorry.
to add 10?
No, I had the thought that I should spend a point of inspiration to roll
I
a
see, I
d6,
see.
but
Oh.
that's a 1e thing and not a 2e thing.
On that note, though, it is episode 12, 4th episode. Reset your hero points back to 1.
Crap.
Just a little bookkeeping there. But yes, 22 will crush it. You see, like, one of the things, he's knocked over, like, this rack of, like, test tubes, and you sort through them real quickly. You have your little alchemical gear on you, right? And you just quickly test. Maybe you do a little finger, dip. And smell or whatever.
Dip potato chip.
And you're able to find this bluish green, yellow, whatever vial of shrieking potion.
Shrieking potion.
Shrieking potion.
You pour it into its mouth and it just like a fox at 3 a.m. in the forest.
Season 1 jokes. All right, yes, you're able to find it, but that'll be your entire turn.
Goodness.
You've spent 3 actions doing this.
I found it. Hold it up. Ba-da-da-da.
All right, so next in the order is going to be Alonzo.
Alonzo is going to stride up,
Stab it, kill him.
No! Don't hurt him.
but I'm going to stride up.
Oh, yeah, where am I
I'm
on the
not going to
map
hurt him.
if I did all that?
You can put yourself wherever you want to be within 1 move
I'm not
for
going to
you.
hurt him.
I mean, like, where would the stuff actually be? Oh.
In and around Slick.
Okay, so I'm fine there. Whatever. We're good.
And I'm going to attempt a nature check to command Slick to calm down.
Ooh.
Oh, yeehaw.
I added to my nature skills the last time we leveled up, so maybe this will work out. You already found the potion. Oh, that wasn't too bad. A total of 18. He just kind of puts out his hand. Calm down there.
Alrighty.
Calm down there, Chris Pratt. Into velocity.
I was thinking more pick up
Toothless.
from and toothless style handout.
Pick up
you said
the style.
The opposite direction.
18 total?
Yeah, 18 total. 13 on the die.
All right, what I'm going to treat this like is one of the ways that you can like get the potion to him, I'll just peel back for you guys, is to grapple him and restrain him. So I'll set the DC the same as if you were trying to grapple him, which would be his reflex DC, I think, right?
I have an idea.
Are you going to shoot him?
Athletics check. No, it's an athletics check against a fortitude DC.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
I could have done athletics
You
instead.
said 18?
Yeah.
His fortitude is +8, so his fortitude DC is 18.
Hey!
You are able to calm him down.
Sweet! My toothless hiccup moment with the hand out and my face turned works.
All right, so he, according to Command an Animal, the skill action, Untrained, you can tell him to drop prone, leap, seek, stand, stride, and strike.
How about drop prone?
So drop prone. What it was?
Calm down. Lie down.
It's gonna be just like a new cat cinnamon, just thud.
All right, so that's one action, or rather two. You've moved up to him, and then you did that command action. You have one more to go if you want to.
I'm not going to take the potion because I won't have enough actions. I imagine getting the potion would be one.
So that's going to be it for your turn?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next in the order is Slick, who will drop prone. He's just like freaking out, agitated.
And,
he falls down to the ground, just
I like
agitated.
to imagine Alonzo just calmly sidestepping away from any splashes.
Right. All right, so next in the order is going to be Psycheer. Is there anything you want to do?
So since this thing is prone, can I just bottle feed it?
Like a little baby.
Like a little bit. Have you ever seen people bottle feed cows?
It's
I
so
love that
cute.
shit.
I will also
Cats are adorable.
treat this like grapple, but I'm going to adjust him to be prone.
I don't know if that does anything
I don't know if it does either.
for grapple because it's against a.
You are lying on the ground, you're flat-footed, and take a -2 circumstance penalty to attack rolls. The only move you can use is crawl or stand. Can
Doesn't
take cover.
actually decrease the reflex save, does it?
No, it's fortitude for grappling. So,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, I'll say you want to try and feed him.
Yes.
Yeah, make me an athletics check.
Athletics
It'd be
check.
one action to get the potion from Chester, and then one action to grapple him, and then one action to feed him.
A hero point is a reroll, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. We've actually been doing hero points a little wrong.
Okay.
It's not roll twice, take the better.
It's you roll, decide you want to roll again.
Exactly.
Take the second roll.
Okay.
Exactly,
Okay. I will spend that point.
Okay.
Don't get dead
Please don't.
later.
Hey. That was a
Good roll?
good call, though. I got a 2 and a 19.
Hey, total love.
19.
Athletics of +0.
You don't have it trained and don't have any strength.
Hey,
Yep.
that's good enough. You are able to restrain him, and then
Till the beginning of your next turn. I don't think it'll matter if you
I
can
don't
dump the serum in
think
his
it'll
mouth this
matter.
turn. Success. Grappled until the end of your next turn. Grabbed. Not restrained yet, but grabbed.
And this is a very specific grapple. This is Psycheer getting a hip up next to its jaw, reaching over the crest and pressing the other side of its jaw with a hand so
Big
that
ol'
it forces the jaw open.
Big ol' head hug.
Yeah, you do it. You grab the vial from Chester. You give him a big old head hug on the ground, and you cram it in there. And the potion does the little shimmery little thing, and he hasn't shrunk yet, but you have given him the juice.
Have we solved
This is going to make him even bigger.
your lizard puzzle?
No, he gave us the shrinking stuff. He can't do that.
So that's the end of your turn.
Watch this thing just combust.
Boom.
That's also the end.
I didn't know that this thing's name was Brick, not Slick.
That's also the end of round
Slick
one.
brick.
Slick brick, slick brick.
That's also the end of round one. So what's going to happen at the very end of this round?
What are you going to do to us?
A second slick.
I don't trust you.
A second
Appears.
Slick.
Let me roll a die here.
This is
real
an
quick.
illusory Slick.
Are you going to have people bust into the house because of a ruckus? We shouldn't have disarmed those traps. We should have just walked over them. We're dumb.
We wouldn't have survived walking over them.
All right, this
Not
is not
like
as bad as you.
activated
This is
them.
not as bad as it could be.
Avoided
You grapple him, you feed him this, and then as soon as you finish that, the square, this 10-foot square above you, I guess to the north on the map up here,
Falls through?
just goes, explodes.
What?
You notice that like stuff had been spilled and was mixing on the floor, and all of a sudden it just explodes. But no one's there.
That's
no.
that's the like detonite, right?
No. If it was that would be a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Pyronite?
This is a hazard because
That's
of the
right.
mess that has been made.
Notice
So-
I
Okay.
mentioned that I tried to skirt the splashes.
I do
Yeah.
have a question.
Role play, serious.
Where is this whole floor covered in splashes?
Yeah, it's covered in mess.
Now,
so
can you is over here clean?
Biohazard.
yeah, just everywhere in this main room you are, basically I can a random 10-foot square. So I rolled for which 10-foot square.
Okay.
Thankfully, neither you guys or Slick ended up in the one I rolled
What about the professor?
for. He's in the
He's
other
in
room.
another room,
He
right?
doesn't give
Yeah, this
two
motherfucker.
shits. It's like, woo!
Given his interaction with the pyronite, and the fact that a whole ass safe just exploded right next to him, he just doesn't give any shits.
Yeah, he just, if anything, maybe he pokes his head. I was like, whoa, that was a good one. And he goes back to packing some things.
Don't you care if your lizard dies?
He'll be fine. That's Goblin voice. Excuse me. Hey, he'll be fine.
There you go.
It's not the worst he's been through.
What have you done to this lizard?
Listen, he likes the serum, all right?
Excuse me?
It is tomato flavored.
He's freaked out.
I was just about to ask what it tasted like.
But that's the end
Also,
of this.
tomato is a terrible flavor.
That's the end of this round.
Sounds gross.
And then the next round starts. Yes, Drow?
Is there another one that is grilled cheese flavored? Because that is the only pairing I could think a lizard would like.
Grilled cheese and tomato.
Like tomato soup
Yeah,
and grilled
yeah.
cheese, yeah. I could see, a
Or chicken
six-legged.
sandwich.
That's
A
fair,
tomato
that's
would
fair,
taste
like
good
a
on a chicken
BLT.
sandwich.
I've got your medicine, it's BLT flavored.
Oh, try my new soup or my new potion. It's BLT flavored.
This one is French onion.
But the next round starts and the combat or the encounter
looks
ends.
so happy, but
and
he's
Slick
tiny.
goes back down to his normal size. As
Yeah,
Kat
oh my
alluded to,
God.
I think a minute ago, you solved my giant lizard puzzle.
We solved it.
I would
With
like
no
to
violence.
continue holding Slick, just not squishing him up against my hip. I'm going to tuck him into my robe.
Okay.
If it were
Slick go
any
night-night
character
now.
other than Alonzo, I'd want to hold him.
Slick go night-night. It lizard nap time.
That would make a cute name for a chameleon beanie baby.
Slick?
Yes.
That'd be adorable.
So what happens is you shrink Slick down. Gattlebee comes out wearing his coat, tugging his carry-on bag with him.
And then the 10-foot square he's on explodes.
And then 10-foot square on explodes. His bag explodes bigger. The house is gone. You guys are dead. Adventure over.
TPK. Let's go get McDonald's.
And he says, "Oh, Slick, you rascally little what? Here, get in." He has a little carrying case, pet carrier for him. Get in here. No more gross serum for you. Everything you get will be raspberry flavored.
That sounds delicious.
I said, "Thank you guys. You're quick thinkers. I like you guys. You're smart. Here, take these." And he holds out a little satchel for you guys, and inside
I
is
eat it.
some. Okay.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not going to trust anything this man who explodes shit gives to me.
You
Chester will
get
trust him. Be like, all right, what's in here?
you get 3 Tanglefoot bags, lesser.
Baller.
Sweet. Can we each get one?
You can.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 3 Tanglefoot bags in total, so you can each take one if you'd like.
I'm totally taking one.
That's an alchemical item, right?
Duh. Is this Tanglefoot bag lesser?
Indeed.
Okay.
That is worth 3 GP.
But that's so useful. I would definitely want to have it, not sell it.
Yep.
Yes. I am not trained with this
Me
weapon.
neither. Should I not take it then?
I don't know if any of us would be trained with this weapon.
It's like a simple, right?
It is a common alchemical item.
You should have, if you put it in your inventory, it should pop up what you would get when you throw it.
Oh, I get a +2.
What is your dex?
+2.
Oh, are you trained in simple weapons?
I don't know if this is
Oh,
a
mine should
weapon.
be good then.
I'm apparently trained.
I get a
in
plus
them.
4. That's not too bad.
I get a plus 8 when I have my thing activated.
God damn.
Oh, it's a martial weapon. Excuse me, I'm wrong.
Oh, that's why I'm not getting a full.
Listen, if you don't want yours, I'll take them because I am trained in martial.
Then let me give it to you.
I get all 3.
I don't have
I have
a very
4
good bonus.
Tanglefoot bags.
I will keep mine.
Okay, I have 3
Just take
Tanglefoot
But
bags.
Chester only has 2 feet.
If I only get
Look
a
at
plus
that
4.
three-legged man running.
Ah, a freak!
He has 3 tangled feet.
It's a monster!
Thank you mighty kindly for the items.
So you got the bags there, bud.
Bonita.
And then also in there are some familiar items. There are 2 thunderstones,
Ooh.
moderate.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm encumbered.
Put it in the bag.
I put it in the bag.
Put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Now, what about the thunderstones?
Can I hold the bag of holding?
No, I'm going to be taking him out in the bag of holding.
Oh, dang it. You're right.
And then there are 5 lesser antidotes.
Oh, we're
do
going to be
want one of them.
poisoned.
I want
Great.
one.
What?
I already have 2 or more because I prepared. You know what I prepared for today using my stuff? Antidotes, Tanglefoot bags, Thunderstones.
Well, we just have
Other
lots
bombs.
now.
It's okay. Chester's just
Prepared.
useless.
Chester is not useless.
I do want to take one of those. And what is it again?
Antidote
It's
lesser.
antidote parentheses lesser.
Yeah, I'm taking one of them.
Not to be confused with antidote comma lesser. So there's 5 of them. How do you want to split those up?
Chester doesn't need any.
All right, so you want how many, Alonzo?
I'll take 2.
2. Psyche, or do you want to take the other 3?
Yeah.
And then there's also a cognitive mutagen, moderate.
What does a mutagen do?
That a mutagen will give you benefits. It'll also give you a small drawback. Cognitive, I believe, increases your smirts.
Your mind
You should take
becomes
that.
clear and cognition flows freely, but physical matters seem ephemeral. Benefit. You gain a +2 item bonus to Arcana, Crafting, Lore, Occultism, and Society checks, and all checks to Recall Knowledge. Your critical failures on Recall Knowledge checks become failures instead. Drawback. You take a -2 penalty to weapon and unarmed attack rolls, athletics checks, and acrobatics checks.
Not for me.
You can carry 2 less bulk than normal and before becoming encumbered, and the maximum bulk you can carry is reduced by 4 and lasts for 10 minutes.
I'll say it like this. Any more items will make me encumbered. Even bombs and potions and whatnot. So I cannot take this.
In the bag?
Into the bag!
Into the bag!
Hold
What's
on, but
this
let
called
me
again?
put that on. It is a...
Cognitive mutagen. Moderate.
All right, I got it.
All right. And then last, but by no means least, you find 2 elixirs of life. Minor.
I want one.
You guys take this. I am already carrying 2.
Put it in the bag.
In the bag. We could give them both to Alonzo. You know,
Just both take. Give yourself. Treat yourself.
for the frontline fighter.
I'm the frontline fighter rogue.
There you go. Take them.
And animal whisperer. Alonzo, famed lizard whisperer.
Lizard whisperer.
Alonzo, the lizard king.
Slick is my dragon. Slick the magic
Lizard
dragon.
King, you just hold up this fucking chameleon like Simba. Skip it.
Elixir of life lesser.
Elixir of
two
life
of 'em.
minor, and you get 2 of them.
Oh, now I'm encumbered.
Into the bag.
Into the bag.
You know what's gonna go? I'm gonna give you one of my antidote of lesser, and then one of the life elixirs to put in the bag.
Okay. And then an elixir of life. Mm-hmm. We good.
All right, there we go.
Does the lizard go in the bag as well?
Lizard goes into the little pet carrier.
Good. It shouldn't go in the bag.
Kill the lizard.
Kill the lizard.
No,
Slick,
don't
no.
kill him.
All right, so you get all this loot, and he's like, all right, where to?
Into the bag.
What?
We discussed
We
this, and you said that it
did
was a
discuss
good
this.
idea. Before you
Can one
step
of you-
in.
I'll give you a straw so you can breathe.
Oh, no.
Before you step in, I have a question.
Okay.
Do you have anything that whenever mixed together creates a blood-like color? Could we stage this as a break-in homicide? I think that would be the best currently for your safety.
You got some kind of fake body that looks just like you lying around?
No, but
Do
I
you
can make
happen to have a homunculus?
Oh, no, that'd be pretty good. No, I'm more of the explosives guy. I got an idea.
Oh, we could blow you up.
He goes and he grabs a couple of vials and he goes, sniffs a few, tastes one, and he goes
Are we
and
going to
throws one down and it looks like a big blood spatter, and then throws two more down and his bed just goes.
I was about to say, how do you feel about blowing up your entire house?
It's happened before.
We could literally
imagine it would
set a
have.
timer for after we leave to just.
Why wait? He throws another one.
We run.
I'm not sure that that's necessary. Is this?
I've already done it.
I have a question.
Yeah?
Are there any sensitive documents here that we need to gather?
Doctor, what?
I see. Into the bag.
Into the
Can one
bag.
of you carry Slick? I can poke my head out the bag or breathe through the straw, but he can't.
I will carry
He
Slick.
wants to see the world.
I will. Would you like me to put him back in my cloak?
I just thought of something. Slick could rest in the gap between Sykir's ears.
Well,
in
he's
the
got to be his
cage.
carrier.
Yeah, he'll run if he's not. He'll remember when he leaves his cage, he grows like 8 times his size.
Do you happen to
3
have?
times that day.
Do you happen to have a very big harness for this little lizard?
I think so. You want to walk him?
I will allow him to. I will tie him to my belt.
Sykir will have to carry
riding
him
lizard.
because we can't carry
Yes.
any more stuff
Yes.
whatsoever.
So he folds up his little pet carrier, puts it into the bag with his stuff. He goes and pulls out a little lizard walking harness and a leash and hands it to you. Be careful with him. He's a delicate soul, and he really likes tomatoes.
He's a delicate soul who turns huge and knocks things over.
Listen, we've all made mistakes.
I will tuck him gently underneath the hood of my cloak
Oh, you are
with
precious
his
baby.
with his little head sticking out.
His eyes do this.
Yep. I'm gonna keep flicking my ears to keep them entertained.
For the listeners, everyone.
Yes.
I pointed with my fingers in opposite directions.
Yes.
All right, so you harness Slick, you put him on the U. Gattlebee looks at the bag, looks at you guys.
I
looks
wasn't
back
kidding
at the bag.
when I said Alonzo holds out a straw for him to breathe through.
Hey, can I just peek my little head out?
Every so often, yes.
I'd like
It
that.
is less than a 10-minute walk to where we need to get you to check in with your stuff.
I don't want to hotbox myself in there.
Then don't fart.
I can't control the gas.
That sounds like a you problem. And I'm
is.
gonna start shoving him.
And he goes into the bag. He pokes his little
Squawking
head
like a
out.
chicken.
I'm not sure if this is how it's supposed to work, but he's just going to poke his little head out.
It's not.
It's
It's
No,
not.
he just puts his nose up, right up out of the bag, takes a breath, exhale, inhale.
All right, so you load up, you're ready to go, and if you remember, the next place you have to go to.
Yeast of
I
all
want to do
brewery.
one more thing.
Okay,
I want to dip my fingers into the fake blood.
okay. It's not blood.
Yeah, I know the fake blood, yes.
Burns a little.
It burns a little? That's all right.
Oh, your fingers are metal. You're fine.
Yeah, okay. And I want to leave like a streak on the door, like I was touching it on the way out or grabbed it on the way out, with the ring finger down. So it's the pinky, the middle, the pointer, and the thumb,
We know.
like somebody who is missing a finger
All right.
touched it, just so that there's evidence to throw people off.
All right,
Because I
you,
think people would fixate on that.
I could help you with it. I could aid.
Do you want to make
Making it
both of you make deception checks?
Hell
yeah, let's do that. I got deception. Oh, crappity crap.
Crappity crap.
I don't. We have reset hero points, right?
Yes.
Yeah, down to 1. Back to 1.
Okay, I'm gonna use my hero point to roll again.
23?
Yes. Much better. I'm glad I did it. I went from a natural
Yeehaw.
1 to a natty 16.
Nice.
That's a 21.
You both leave pretty convincing evidence that someone came in here and
But that someone wasn't us.
yeah, and and hurt this guy. I think it'd be reasonable to say anyone who really investigates would be able to figure out this is a setup.
Yeah.
But it would take some time.
Yes. That's what I need.
That's what we need.
You leave your little Dark Brotherhood handprint on the door.
And I have to be very careful because my hands are in fact metal.
Jacob, you look lost in thought.
I cannot find out how much you have to carry to be encumbered. I'm encumbered at 6 out of 10.
Me too.
Which doesn't sound like I should be encumbered unless it says somewhere.
10 is what you can carry. Like 10 is you are stopped.
Yeah, but I can't find where it says that, and I'm just trying to find it.
It's with your
He
strength
needs
score.
the rule to lord over
It's
him.
not. There's no place to reach strength either. I'm looking at trying to find it in the book.
All right, your character's maximum bulk determines how much weight they can carry. Total amount of bulk that exceeds 5 plus their strength modifier.
Okay, there we go.
They are encumbered.
There we go. That's what I
And
needed.
because our strength modifiers are all 0,
Yep.
Yeah, so bulk in this game is how they do carry weight. Instead of the first edition, I think in maybe 5e as well, it's like actual pounds and stuff that you have to keep up with. Bulk is a way to kind of abstract that into, you have bulk, you have light things that add up to make bulk, and then you have things that basically don't add to bulk. It's a simplified-ish way, but it still is based on your strength. And yeah, you can't carry a total amount of bulk that exceeds 10 plus their strength modifier, like total. That's overloaded.
There we go. All right.
Cool. And yeah, light items, 10 light items make up 1 bulk. A lot of what we just handed out was light items.
Yes.
All right. You guys head out. You are in Steamhaven with where Gattlebee's house is. You walk out of the, or it's still there.
It's still there.
You walk out, maybe the chimney's leaning over a little bit, smoke's coming out. No one is surprised about this. People are out in the street at this point. It's like 10-ish in the morning. No one's surprised at all about this.
Before we leave, I open up the bag.
You open up the bag?
Yes. Are there any traps outside through the back door?
The back door?
Yes.
Nah.
Okay.
Wait, do I have a back door?
Well, I mean, there's this hole.
I mean,
Oh,
if
did you blow a hole in the wall?
if you do, we didn't know it was there either.
that would have been easy.
I thought that's what you were saying.
Are you blowing a hole in the wall?
No, I thought that you said there was a back door. I apologize.
There is no back door.
That one's on me. Okay. There is no back.
It's
Never
right
mind. And I
there.
just shove his head back into the bag.
Just turn around. It's in the back of his workshop behind a piece of wood. Oh.
I didn't even know I had one. No, but there is no back door. You go out to the front door and he pokes his head out. I was like, now take me to the brewery.
As you wish. I shove him in.
You start heading to
And
the
I
east.
start like double knotting it.
The East of All Brewery. This is one thing that's a little weird. I think I mentioned last time we were doing downtime stuff. You're going to have to cross a bridge to get there, even though it doesn't look like you should.
And there were people there, right? That were
Yeah.
trying to stop us.
I mean,
Well, you were worried about it being a choke point for an ambush.
Could we not just
Didn't we
take
research
a
that?
side
Yeah.
route?
I understand.
You as the DM may be able to. You may not be able to say why, but I understand this is Adventure Path. I'm just asking.
This is actually something people talked about in like the reviews. It's like, I'm looking at the map of Alkenstar. There's no reason we should have to, because what the Adventure Path wants to do is cross the river.
Yeah.
And I'm saying there's this little lake thing you can cross. And that's where this is going to be. The way the person responded to it, it's just like, it's one of those cities where it's like you can't get there from here. And so you have to go a long
It's
way
a one-way
around.
street.
Like weird stuff like that. Or like
Fair enough.
hills, geography stuff gets in the way.
Yeah.
You are going to Ironside Quarter, which is kind of blocked off anyway.
It is a steampunk city, so like there are explosions all over the place, and a crane's falling over there.
Roadworks.
It's like this city could really use like Superman or something. With
It really
the amount
could.
of disasters that happen here.
Clockwork Top Hat Superman.
That's right.
Clock Kent.
There's a metal Superman.
I
Took you too long to get that, Jacob.
All right, so
I'm livid.
Some
Hi,
people are
Livid.
disgruntled.
I'm DM.
Some people are gruntled. It's a good time.
it moves
I just
me, Bob.
grunt.
Just grunt. Minecraft noises. All right, so you start making your way across the city, and you get to this bridge. Why don't I take you guys to a new map?
Chester's gonna have his whip in his hand.
Fair warning to Jacob's computer, this map has some fun effects on it.
All right.
Great.
How long does it take us to get here?
It's probably going to be like maybe half an hour.
So I'm going to let him out every so often. I, in fact, lied to him. That's fine.
He also likes to keep his head poked out. It's
long?
dark in there. I don't like it.
How long were we inside his workshop?
Why are you asking?
I have an hour-long elixir that I took right before we started to work on the traps.
It's still active. Yeah, you were only there with the traps for maybe like 15, 20 minutes.
Nice.
It's been about 30 minutes since then, so you have 10 more.
All right.
Hell yeah, that's enough time for an encounter.
That's right.
I'm going to place you guys on the map here. Yeah, so you got the little lights going on here.
Oh, and look at the water moving.
Isn't that nice?
It is nice. Nothing bad could possibly happen on this incredibly short bridge compared to the picture that we see crossing the lake.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I do like the fact that it's got flickering lanterns.
Duh.
Okay, so yeah, you guys come up to this bridge, Gattlebee in bag, Slick riding on Psyche here, and what you see is this. It's an inefficient crossing that you have to make. The adventure path really wants to be across the Ostrati, but both in scale and in location, it is not there. You see on the bridge, there's like, it's what you'd scouted out before, like a number of different shops and like some fishmongers and people selling stuff, and you are worried about this being an ambush site. You can see here on the map, I actually have a few of the shops and whatnot set up. A wide stone bridge connects these two shores. Carts and carriage frequent the center of the bridge while pedestrians stay towards the edge. They're not drawn on the map.
Yes, I know.
I know. Hee hee ho ho. The map's already pretty busy. If they had stuff on it like that, your computer would just explode.
Yeah.
The calls of vendors hawking their wares echo on the stonework as the merchants eagerly entice passersby to their wooden stalls. This 20-foot wide bridge runs 45 feet north to south.
I will say that shortly before we get to the bridge, Chester will activate his hat of disguise.
Okay.
He will look like not Chester.
Alonzo does too.
It will look like not Chester as well.
Yeah. Not
like
Chester, not Alonzo.
Psyche here, do you also want to look like not Chester?
I think that I already had my thing active.
Okay.
Okay.
I would,
It should
honestly,
still be going on
probably
anyway. It hasn't
Okay.
been an hour yet.
And I would like to remind you, I believe I said it earlier during our investigation phase,
Investigation phase.
that Chester stopped his lead on Mugland. And then activated his stuff on the clues left at this bridge.
Okay. Yes, you did say that. All right. Yeah, so you're coming here in the middle of the day. There is some traffic on the bridge as you move your way across. I won't have you move, but I just want you on this map. And you see that, like, as you get close towards the other side here, there is this, like, new stand selling fish. And these group of people, it's about 3 people with very big, unusually burly mustaches and cloaks. Make perception checks.
Cannot trust the fishmongers. Now, will we get a bonus on this
Something's fishy
perception check
here.
because of what we did during the downtime?
You will, in fact, get a... You will get a +2 circumstance bonus
Nice.
to this check.
Get in there. There we go.
Trying to make my die bounce around. Nat 20!
Yes.
That's
So, Alonzo,
really
what
good.
would that be?
That would be a total of 29 with the circumstance bonus.
Chester?
25 total.
You know the meme where there's the space behind? That's Alonzo right now.
Galaxy Brain.
Yes, he is Galaxy Brain.
Psyche here.
With that, it's a total of 18.
18.
Yeah.
Nice.
All of you see in front of you this group of fishmongers leave their cart and they pull back their hoods and their mustaches fall off and they're dressed brightly in this like almost like clown
Oh no, they're bards.
makeup-y, like
They're clowns.
I hate
They
clowns.
have to die.
somewhere between
Oh
like
my
clown and jester outfit. I'll post you a little picture here, why don't I? You see a couple of these guys that are dressed kind of like this.
Whoa.
Let's
And
look
they
at it.
draw their guns on you.
Of course, it's a fucking halfling.
Hey. Are they all half? Wait,
No,
big
that's a
and
gnome.
burly?
It's both awesome and terrifying.
What are they? I am curious.
There's some of they're mixed. There's like a human, there's a halfling, there's a goblin.
The large burly goblin with the
mustache.
thick mustache.
He drops
my
his
God.
fish, pulls out his gun.
The fishmongers.
Y'all's getting ambushed, even if you do know what's going on. But you're getting ambushed in the next episode.
Oh no.
I want to be ambushed
Hey, listen,
now.
don't forget your perception rolls because those are also our.
Don't worry, I wrote them down because
Nice.
that is your initiative.
I want to kill a goblin. They're our friends.
Goblins are friends, not fishmongers.
Clowns are bullet fodder.
Kill the clowns, kill the clowns,
Kill the clowns. Kill the clowns.
Kill
the clowns.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon, that's THIRD Gallon. You can also tweet at us using the hashtag Third Gallon, and we are on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of the podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon. Our theme for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios. And you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.